Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, also known as Sly Raccoon, in the PAL territories. 3 years ago, I got a brand new computer, and the channel was welcomed into the PlayStation 1 era. Now, 3 years later, as of the time of this recording, the channel has now been welcomed into the PlayStation 2 era. A couple of months ago, I decided to get a PlayStation 2, get a bunch of games, and then in December, I decided to go through each game one by one, try to beat one game a month, at least, and I did that all the way up until June. And the first one that I did was this one, and I had quite a bit of fun with this one, even if I had to kind of get my groove at the beginning, and therefore I'm playing this on the channel first because this is the one I beat first, as you can see. So let's press select, let's select new game, and let's save our game here.
I read you. Loud and very loud.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Trying to break into police headquarters does that.
Get over it, Bentley. You're safe in the van. I'm the thief here. I've got to steal that file from Inspector Carmelita Fox.
Well, count on me to be your eyes and ears, buddy. Got their security system totally scoped. To get inside, you're gonna have to go through that air vent.
All right, I'm going in.
And don't forget you got me at the wheel, Sly. All you gotta do is grab the file and get back to the van. We'll do the rest.
Just keep that engine running, Murray. I'll be down in no time.
And with that, the game begins. Also, in case anybody can hear wind in the background while I am speaking, it's because I'm forced to use a fan because my AC decided to die. So, get used to hearing that for a little while. Anyway, pretty obvious what you can do here. The right analog stick lets you move the camera around, and you use the left one to move, though you can also use a control pad. And if you leap down here and wait long enough,
Sly, hit the X button to jump.
the game tells you how to jump, which is hilarious. Square lets you strike with the cane. X lets you jump, of course. And we will learn other things as we go. And by striking things and whatnot, we can get enemies defeated, but we can also find some coins too. And I do want to move around here for a little while as we get some fake opening credits here. So that way I can get the jump on some much needed stuff. That just moves you around, and I believe that just bumps you around for no reason. That just bounces you up and down for whatever reason. And you can bounce on the mattress and get back over here. But we do want to go over here to where this is, because the coins here will tell us where to go. By the way, the coins here have stars on them. Don't expect to see that for very long.
Hey, Bentley, I think I'm seeing things. Must be vertigo or something. Can you see those crazy blue lights?
Really? I've read about this. Master raccoon thieves are able to sense thieving opportunities, which manifest themselves as unexplainable blue auras. According to my research, all you have to do is get near them and hold down the circle button, and you should perform a super sneaky master thief move.
Hold down the circle button near blue auras. I'm on it.
I really should have turned the microphone off at this one part, but oh well. I need to get used to using OBS anyway. So anyway, when you see these blue sparkles, hold circle, Sly will get into position, and then you can move left or right with left or right on a control stick. And from here, you can get over to this air vent. By the way, if you're wondering how I'm double jumping, you just press X and then X again. And you just strike the air vent to get in.
Be extra careful here, Sly. Break one of those laser
So don't touch the laser beams. Just follow the platforms, follow the coins. Just do single jumps. You should be fine. By the way, if you do trip the lasers at any point, Bentley will tell you to destroy this thing. Turn it off. You'll need to destroy it anyway. I'm pretty sure Bentley will give you a hint in case you don't do it fast enough.
Nice job, you're in. Inspector Carmelita Fox's office is behind the red door.
And the red door is not very far from here. However, if you do take this path to it, I'm going to use L1 to go into first person mode. Left stick lets you move, right stick lets you zoom. You can get some interesting wanted posters to look at, which is very nice. Matter of fact, there's also one here too, which is interesting. One of them looks like a guy we'll see later on. And if only you could read what is going on this map. Though, apparently somebody needs to be somewhere in this part of Africa at 1 p.m. I'm assuming that's what's going on. Apparently certain things are going on in specific places at specific times. But where we need to go is this red door.
That door must be super reinforced, Sly. Maybe there's a way to get around it.
And there is. We just go through this window, and we do the whole circle thing like before. Love how the stones crumble here just for added drama and whatnot. But you do have to go in here. We'll now be at the other side of the door. And if you want, you can strike all these things. There's these books, these lampposts. Well, not really the lampposts, but these books and these bottles and whatnot. So you can get some extra coins.
Way to go, Sly. This is where Inspector Carmelita Fox stashes all her important files. I hacked into the police security mainframe and discovered this vault's combo. Try dialing in 937.
Well, that was child's play for Bentley now, wasn't it? Well, thankfully, the codes are always the same no matter what. You just have to get them from Bentley first. You just use up and down on the control pad to set the numbers, and you use left and right to switch between the numbers. And we have the case file.
You got it! If you come down through the fire escape and head through the parking lot, we'll be waiting in the getaway van.
And we will do that as soon as Sly Cooper leaves his calling card. And of course you cannot smack the vault no matter how hard you try. And well, so much for that coin. As well as any coins that could have been there. Oh well. Wonder what happens if you look around here. I need to remember to use R1 because this isn't any of the sequels. Obviously, Carmelita has some pictures of the Cooper gang and the van, as well as some pictures of Sly himself on this little poster board. And of course another one of these maps. And there's really nothing else of warranting of mentioning here, so let's just go ahead and go through this window and trigger a cutscene.
Criminal! You foolish raccoon. I've caught you red-handed.
Ah, Carmelita. I haven't seen you since I gave you the slip in Bombay.
Which reminds me, you need to return the Firestone of India to its rightful owners.
And I was gonna give it to you as a little token of my... Hey, you know, that bazooka really brings out the color of your eyes. Very fetching.
You think? This pistol packs a paralyzing punch. You ought to try it. Might snap you out of your crime spree.
And give up our little rendezvous?
Plenty of time for that once you're safely behind bars.
Love to stick around and chat, but I just dropped by to pick up this case file. I think you've had it long enough.
And from here we need to get away from Carmelita Fox, the main antagonist, or one of the main antagonists of the game. Definitely a recurring one. Very simple, all you have to do is just run away from her and not get shot in the process by her shock pistol. Thankfully, all you have to do is just jump over these barricades, hopefully without getting shot at. And then when the van opens, just jump inside. That's all you have to do.
Escape me, raccoon!
Once again, my gang and I had given Inspector Carmelita Fox the slip. I was surprised to see how well she took it. Finally, the secret police file I'd been searching for all these years. With this, I could avenge my family and regain possession of our most valued treasure. It all began when I was just a kid, bouncing on my father's knee. You see, I'd come from a long line of master thieves who kept all their secrets of sneaking and stealing in an ancient book, the Thievius Raccoonus. Anyone who read it learned to be especially sneaky, which is why we specialized in stealing from criminals. After all, there's no honor, no challenge, no fun stealing from ordinary people. You rip off a master criminal, and you know you're a master thief. Well, on the night I was supposed to inherit the book, 5 visitors came unannounced to our door. My father fought to protect us, but the gang of villains known as the Fiendish Five overpowered him and ransacked our house until they found the Thievius Raccoonus. Our family's manual of thieving greatness fell into their filthy hands. They tore the book into 5 pieces and split it up, each villain disappearing to the farthest corners of the world to commit dastardly crimes. Broken alone, I was dumped at the town orphanage. There I met 2 guys who became my lifelong buddies and trusted crew. Bentley, techno genius and strategist supreme, and Murray, part-time driver and full-time burden. Together we pledged to track down the Fiendish Five, avenge my father, and steal back the Thievius Raccoonus. I knew I was about to face the toughest test of my life. On this mission, I would either become a master thief like my ancestors before me, or fail and allow my family name to bite the dust.
And we get some information here. When this icon is on the screen, don't turn off the system, yada yada.
Nice piece of work back there at police headquarters, Sly. Come see me if you want to check out any of your old movies. I've got them all here on my computer. Use the left analog stick to move around the hideout and the X button to select things.
Thankfully, you can also use the directional buttons on the D-pad to do that as well.
I've already plotted a route to our first target.
And we might as well go ahead and press X to start the mission, although if you keep pressing right,
Oh, you want one?
and if you press X, Murray will say something.
I've already plotted a route to our first target.
Yes, Bentley, we know. We might as well go ahead and start this.
The road trip gave me the time I needed to study up on Sir Raleigh the Frog. As a young man, this hot-tempered frog grew bored of his life of luxury and privilege. On a whim, he tried his hand at a bit of piracy and found it to his liking. Raleigh, who quickly became addicted to crime, was brought into the Fiendish Five as chief machinist, where his evil tinkering genius rose to new heights. The last reported sighting of this mad machinist was off the soggy coast of the Isle of Wrath, a small island uncomfortably situated in the middle of the perilous Welsh Triangle.
And here we go with a stealthy approach. Sorry about the errant clicks earlier. I need to remember that the name of the episode is a thing for these opening cutscenes. But anyway, this is where our skills will start being put to the test here a little bit. And as soon as we go through this cave, we'll get another cutscene with Bentley.
Hey, Sly, I just spotted something that's going to complicate the mission. See that nasty-looking gate? It blocks the only road leading into Raleigh's hideout.
No problem. I'll just use my climb move.
Okay, but remember, you can only climb on certain objects, like pipes and ropes.
Yeah, sure, and like that ladder there?
That is correct, but do not forget, Sly. You have to get close.
Then hit the circle button to grab it. Yeah. Relax, Bentley. I live for this stuff.
Yeah, and that's what worries me.
Alright. Well, we do need to climb in order to get past the gate, but there are some things that we can do. We can hit this for one.
Now this is very interesting. The message you just found appears to be some sort of clue. I'll decipher it here in the van. In the meantime, see if you can find any more clues. The more I have, the easier it'll be to crack the code.
And you'll need to find the clue bottles in order to get things as you go through the game. Now, climbing up this ladder and going ahead here will allow you to go past the fence, but we're not going to do that quite yet. Instead, we're going to go this way, and we get to deal with our first enemy. Want to wait for this guy to swing the hammer, and when once he swung it down, we can get up close to him and strike. Unlike the sequels, this game is full of one-hit kills unless you have a certain object. And by the way, by striking this mast, we cause 2 clue bottles to drop down. You definitely want to do that. And you can also strike the wheel here for some coins as well if you wish. As I was saying, the game is full of one-hit kills, unlike the sequels. And because of that, it is very possible to lose a life by falling in the water, getting hit by enemies, burning yourself to death on that flame on that skeleton I just struck. It is very easy to do that too. So try really hard not to do that. You can fall into the water and lose a life that way. Unless you have a specific skill, which I will mention later. And I also wanted to mention that I wanted to go over here and climb this rope. Much like the ladder, you can grab onto it with the circle button, and by doing so, you can get these 4 clue bottles that I just got. Now, you could drop down and get over the gate that way, but I'm just going to show off how to do it regularly. By the way, in case I skip frames, don't be alarmed. That's just my recording setup. I will lose frames here and there. I've only lost 28 out of over 65,000 thus far. And there's... oh, there it is.
Hold on, Sly. See those searchlights? One careless step, and you'll be subjected to acute combustion.
You done whining? Let's go.
I'm just trying to keep you alive, partner. Fortunately for you, I launched these signal repeaters throughout Raleigh's fortress. Get close to one, and I can checkpoint your progress.
Nice.
And by finding those signal repeaters, not only in Raleigh's lair, but also throughout the game, you can save your progress in the level so you don't have to go back to the start. Anyway, the spotlights, much like the lasers, you don't want to touch them. And you want to strike that little orange and yellow thing that acts as a siren, so that way you can get rid of them. And this guy will throw throwing stars, but if you can avoid the throwing stars, you can get close to him, you can hit him. And right here, 2 more clue bottles. You don't have to hit them with your staff like I'm doing. You just have to run into them and you'll break them. And here's a signal repeater. If you get the yellow light flashing off the Sly, that means you got the thing to work.
According to my amphibio positioning system, that big blimp is where Raleigh is hiding out.
You know, that blimp looks more like a machine than a hideout.
You're right, Sly. That is a storm machine. It's the reason why it never stops raining around here.
That explains all the wrecked ships.
But why would Raleigh want bad weather at his own hideout 24/7?
Beats me. But rain or shine, I'm gonna steal my family's book back. And if Raleigh gets in my way, it's on.
Well, we have an enemy in our way. We have that storm machine that is causing the rain to come down all the time. And, believe it or not, you can strike these bees, much like the rats at the police headquarters, for coins. And by getting 100 coins, we got a silver charm. The silver charm acts as an extra hit, and you definitely want to hold on to it for as long as you possibly can. Because again, 1-hit kills. Now this guy will try to breathe fire at us. Wait for him to stop attacking, then get close and whack him. And here you want to be careful because you can get pushed off to the side by that waterfall. Thankfully I managed to get to this platform. Be sure to use the right analog stick if you want to get a better look at where to land, because there is a little bit of a gap there. And we have another waterfall that we need to deal with, but if you can get on the rocks, we can hit these just fine. We should be 15 for 20 right now.
Nice job so far, Sly. To get over the next gate, you'll need to grab onto this hook using your cane. Just jump and hit the circle button.
Got it. Jump and hit the circle button to grab onto hooks.
Don't really need to repeat it here. Jump, circle, use up and down to swing to and fro. Jump as soon as Sly swings forward. Of course, because Sly swung forward automatically, I just knew when to jump. And now we got another guy with a hammer right after these little spinning platforms. You want to be careful on those platforms because you can be pushed off to the edge where you will die. So don't let that happen. And now we've got another set with a bunch of fences in the way. You want to be careful with these, especially if you're trying to get through the stage as quickly as possible. And we've now hit another signal repeater, which means it's now time to make sure that our progress is saved, and then make our way through the spotlights. Don't worry about the coins for now. Just get past the spotlights first. Hit this thing. Thankfully, they have to be red to hurt you. You only get one warning. But thankfully, since we destroyed the siren, that shouldn't be much of a pain to deal with. And now we have these ropes.
That large vault has got to be somehow related to those clues and bottles you've been collecting. If you can locate all the clues in this area, I should be able to crack the code and get you inside it.
Good to know. And thankfully, we have an idea of how to do that. We got to get to this rope at the end near these last of these spinning platforms. There's two there, and there's two more at the end of this rope. Once we hit these two, we can go back to the vault, and we can get what's inside.
You found it, Sly. That's the final clue to crack the code. Now find that vault, and I'll give you the instructions to open it.
Thankfully, we know where the vault is. We didn't go that far away from it.
Press the circle to enter the vault code. The clues have led me to believe that the code for this vault is 792.
Thankfully, these never change. But again, you gotta find all the clue bottles.
Sly, you found a page from the Thievius Raccoonus. This page teaches old Drake Cooper's fast attack dive move. Press the triangle button to use it.
And we shall do that as soon as Sly Cooper leaves the calling card. And by pressing circle when we have the dive selected, you do this dive move. L2 will let you switch between moves. You'll get more moves as you go through the game. And to get more moves, you have to unlock more vaults. And by breaking this, you get a key. Thanks to the key, we can now go through this door. And we are done with the area. For now. Oh, that was called the Stealthy Approach. This is called Prowling Grounds. I got confused on the stage names there. But anyway, we have now reached the first hub world of the game. And I believe the game gives you a hint on the double jump if you wait long enough.
Now might be a good time to mention that hitting the X button twice will give you an extra high jump flip.
And in case you didn't know how to do the double jump at this point, and you never even tried it, that's usually how you're going to find out.
That blimp looks like the most secured location on this boat. If Raleigh's really as smart as his police files suggest, then that's where I'll find him.
Wonderful idea, but your plan is flawed.
Why?
Because it's impossible to get near him. To access Raleigh's blimp, you would have to sneak through that high voltage power tube. To do that destroy that power generator. And to do that, you need 2 more of Raleigh's treasure keys, which are heavily guarded.
Interesting. So when are you gonna get to the impossible part?
Fine. But I warned you. I've marked the areas you need to hit with holographic markers. Follow them to your objectives.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. It's your funeral.
And from here we have control of Sly. If only I could get control of my left foot because I left it on the seat for too long and now it's asleep. But hopefully I can do this while my foot is trying to wake up. As soon as you get on this hook, you will go to the bottom. Now from here you want to be careful because the water does damage you.
Wow, you found a lucky charm. That'll protect you when you take any damage.
And because we had a silver charm when we picked that up, we get a gold charm. So that gives us 2 hits. You can also get a gold charm if you get 100 gold coins while carrying a silver charm. 2, by the way. And after that, you'll be able to get one-ups from coins. And all the... Oh. I forget that if you get here for the very first time in a game, you do hear Raleigh say stuff to his men. You'll hear this happen throughout the game, and it's actually kind of a nice touch, if a bit cartoonish. But anyway, I might as well just go ahead and show off a few things that we can pick up. First off, we need to watch out for this guy and not get in the path of his searchlight there, his little flashlight. So that way we can get this. There will always be a 1-up in that location no matter what. And if you go over here, usually there's a charm here, but because we have the gold charm already, we'll just get another 1-up, which is awesome. And there's another charm that we can pick up, and I want to figure out where it is. I want to think that's it. Yes, no, maybe so. Yeah, this is where you'll usually find a charm if you don't have one, or if you just have the silver one. And that, I believe, will be that for the video. I'm just going to go ahead and go to options, save the game here. Already I've been playing for 19 minutes. Well, probably 29 now. How are we looking? Okay, 24. I'm guessing it doesn't count when you're in cutscenes. But now that we have the game saved, and I've been recording for about 30 minutes, I believe I'll leave some more of the first world of the game for the next video. Join me next time, where we take on some more levels, and hopefully find some more keys that will allow us to go further and further into Raleigh's lair. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!